And I know we're going to talk
Likewise.
about your vacation. We're going to talk about your vacation later. But I know wherever you went on vacation, wherever it was, I'm sure that you saw some representation of one of the greatest brands. And I'm not even caping up for. I'm just speaking facts here. One of the greatest brands in sports, and that's the Star, the Dallas Cowboys. You know, they're one of those teams. They're one of those teams. No matter what they're doing, whether it's something really great or really something disastrous, you're paying attention to the Cowboys. And it's probably like a handful of teams in that category. And I want to say, Vinny, when they lost Dak Prescott a couple weeks ago, some people were willing to give up on the Cowboys. They were willing to punt on the Cowboys season. But last night, they go into MetLife Stadium and they get a victory. Monday Night Football, their second victory in 2 tries with their backup quarterback. So I know you, informed basketball mind, basketball savant. We'll get to that later in the show. But I know right now, I'm going to leave some runway for you. Just kind of celebrate the Cowboys and talk about how much you appreciate what they've been able to do without Dak Prescott. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
Just because I'm no longer a Lions fan doesn't mean I actually wasn't a Lions fan, right? And the greatest Lions memory of my life, well, one of the greatest Lions memories of my life was giving the Cowboys a 38-6 beatdown at the Pontiac Silverdome in January of 1992, before the Cowboys went on to win 3 Super Bowls in the next 4 years and all that stuff. The Cowboys are so nauseating. I don't like their fans.
Whoa.
Look, what? I never understood the fascination with the Cowboys or their fans or their media, their media people who everybody likes them. The former players get on TV and just talk about the glory that's the Cowboys. They've won, maybe 2 more playoff games than the Lions have over the past 25 years. Why are we giving them all this country? If I remember correctly, aren't they 16-2 against the Giants over the last 8 or 9 years? So winning last night in the Meadowlands with basically a
With
backup
Cooper Rush.
quarterback on the I'm in a backup quarterback on the other side named Daniel Jones. That's what I meant. You beat a backup quarterback on the other side, and we're supposed to be doing jump ropes and backflips and all this stuff. They beat the Bengals barely in overtime. They lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a team that does not look good. Tell me why we should be believing in the Cowboys beyond winning in the NFC. I'll tell you, I'm better on them because of their defense. They almost have a San Francisco 49ers like, pass rush and defense, and we can play ball control. We can run the ball different ways. But I don't think they're going to do that when Dak Prescott gets back. They're going to go back to trying to be the free-willing, high-flying Cowboy. Just wait. It'll happen, and it'll disappoint everybody, and I will sit back and laugh.
I'm going to tell you this. So I really do appreciate, I think it's funny. I do appreciate how you were able to manipulate the calendar, manipulate time, and you're like Loki. You're like bending time, and you're like manipulate. You're on the timeline, and you're doing things so it will come out in your favor. You said the last 25 years. You just happen to focus on the last 25 years. You say, hey, they just like the Detroit Lions. Let's just go all time. No, let's not stop at 25 years. The Cowboys and Detroit Lions, you're the only one I've ever heard who have put those 2 organizations side by side. It is not a parallel conversation. The Cowboys and the Lions.
It's
the
not.
Lions.
It's not. But I'm not trying to put the Lions up near anywhere. You see how low
but the Cowboys,
that bar is? You know how low that bar is? You know what the Cowboys' greatest memory of the past decade was? Daz caught the football. He didn't. Sorry. Like why are we giving them so much airtime? I know why we did, because of ratings and everything else. Because they haven't earned it. They haven't earned it.
They're intriguing. There's just something about them. They're magnetic. They're irresistible. Everybody has an opinion on the Cowboys. You have never met anyone who says, the Cowboys, take them or leave them. No one's indifferent on the Cowboys. You either love the Cowboys, you hate the Cowboys. It's not like you're a Cowboys hater. And I don't know how you can be a Cowboys hater. We have CeeDee Lamb up there. Do we Do we have a footage of that piece of art last night? Should be in somebody's museum, whether it's New York, LA, Dallas. I don't know if it's the Museum of Fine Arts. I don't know if it's the Museum of Modern Art. Now, my man dropped a pass earlier in the game, CeeDee Lamb did, that would have gone for a touchdown. I think it would have been like a 52-yard touchdown if he had caught it. But he dropped it. But CeeDee Lamb, okay, now that little run there was great. But here it is. Here's the artwork. Oh, give me that. Give me that. But there's just something about the Cowboys that you must talk about them. And I would say, Vinny, the other thing that stands out, you can have your shots at Daniel Jones and call him a backup quarterback, even though he's been a starter his whole career. You can say the Cowboys always do well against the Giants. Does he look like a starter?
Does he look like a starter?
Low end. Back end. You know, there are 32. There are 32 of these things.
Michael Holley. Michael Holley.
He's in the late 20s, early 30s. No, he's not a great starter.
There might be some backup. There might be some backups you take over Daniel Jones at this point.
But I would say, but in all seriousness, I would say this about the Cowboys, and this is why a lot of people really miss the point. We've talked so much about how it's a quarterback league. The NFL, it's a quarterback league. And you're not going to go anywhere unless you have like a great quarterback, an elite, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, that's true. You're not going to win big. Generally, you're not going to win big unless you have one of those guys. But you can win in September. You can win in October without one of those guys. You can win a few games. Can you win 10? No. So I think it's just interesting how a guy goes down, whether it's Dak Prescott or Mac Jones in New England or somebody else, somebody goes down, they're going to be out for a month or 3 weeks, and we just decide that the season is over. And it is far from over in Dallas and a lot of other places that are having some quarterback issues injury-wise.
Here's my question. Here's my question for the Cowboys. Here's the question that if it's answered properly, I can tell you whether I'll actually believe in them doing more than being a nuisance to the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC East. Here's the question. The reason they've won games is a hellish pass rush, right? Leading to great defense. Right. And more importantly, they're running the football. They're paring down the playbook. They're not doing anything wild and crazy. I think Zeke and Tony Pollard maybe combined for 28 carries last night against 31 passes.
Were great.
That's great. That's great balance. Defense and running the football. You can do that when you got Cooper Rush out there, right? Because you know Cooper Rush can only do so much. What happens when you get the irresistible Dak back out there and he's, $150 million guaranteed or whatever it is? Will you fight? Will you fight the temptation? Will Jerry Jones fight the temptation to do more? To say, let's air it out. And also, I'm sorry, Mike McCarthy's their coach. I've seen his movies.
Ooh. Thank you. Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.